Why aren't more parking lots covered in solar panels? Getting into a hot car sucks. Renewable energy is cool. Why don't more parking lots have? It's expensive. Imagine how much it costs to install the footings for all those solar panels, purchase the solar panels, install the solar panels, maintain the solar panels. It is expensive, but it also reduces parking space. In addition to that, the grid needs to have the ability to absorb the capacity. My alma mater put up a lot of solar. They had to stop until they could fiscally and logistically deal with upgrading their cogen plants. One of the malls near me put up a bunch out in the remote parking, but won't put it up in the more convenient parking areas. I'm sure it gets even more complicated when all the businesses that might benefit are not landowners, but tenants. They also are a mixed bag with snow. I'm sure everything else being equal, some places have a bad enough experience with planning and change of practices not going well in that regard to influence the decision to do more. Price of building and maintaining these lots won't be offset by savings made from use or sale of electricity. Initial cost. It's expensive to install even just a modest home-sized or small business-sized solar system, and those can take up to 10 to 20 years to return that investment. Some parking lots aren't really good options for such an install. If they are under the shade of a mountain or any greenery, they won't be producing much. Also, there's the less talked about one. A lot of grids have hot and cold spots where additional generation may or may not be a good idea without huge changes to the infrastructure. Where I live, my home isn't a good candidate for solar because our infrastructure just can't handle it. Oh, I can actually answer this one. I've actually worked in a company that installed photovoltaic panels. And from what I've seen, it's about the money. English isn't my native language, so sorry if I use the wrong vocabulary. But basically, photovoltaic panels aren't really expensive anymore. It's other stuff like inverter or mounting system that costs the money. Now, photovoltaic carport, one cost to install, as others have mentioned. Steel with concrete foundations 14-inch deep and buried electrical back to the property's meter, in addition to the panels, inverters, and other normal solar materials. 2. Net metering. If you are not using all the power in real time, a supermarket would, an office, not likely. And there's not a generous net metering policy. The power you send back to the grid is devalued. 3. Power costs. If you have relatively inexpensive power, 1 and 2 add up to make canopies a bad investment. In all, large power consumers in high power cost areas have lots of solar canopies. Hospitals in CA, for example.
Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss our next exciting video.